Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast, Season 2, Episode 97. So in the last episode, I went through Doctor Who Magazine issue 593, going through all of the 60th anniversary news. I'm going to do the same in this episode, but with issue 594. We might get on to 595 as well. But we're going to start with, and this issue has David Tennant on the cover with his Sonic, which I showed the video of release. I've shown it twice now, so I showed it towards the start of the daily episodes era, and then in the last couple of episodes when I went through all the 60th anniversary news. But the first bit of news is titled Tennant's Target. All three of the forthcoming specials starring David Tennant as the 14th Doctor are to become BBC Books Target novelisations early in the new year. The trio of the titles are all based on scripts by showrunner Rusty Davies, Are the Star Beast by Gary Russell, Wild Blue Yonder by Mark Morris, and The Giggle by James Scott. Doctor Who script editor Scott Hancock tells Doctor Who magazine, and someone who used to race down to the local library every Saturday to grab a handful of Doctor Who novelisations, many of which they'd read over and over again. It's an absolute privilege to keep the tradition alive for a brand new era. It's also a challenge. There was never any doubt we wanted to release novelisations of these new stories at some point, but releasing them around transmission raises all sorts of issues. The more we open our doors and allow people asking, the more we risk the leak. Shall we wait, or can we keep these stories under lock and key until transmission? Teams of BBC Studios and Penguin's Random House have been credible at answering our questions and talking through every eventuality, explaining their security processes, ensuring a minimum number of people are involved to protect our secrets. And the writers, they're not blabs, not one of them. They all phoned me when they read the script because they had to talk to someone about it. Then we invited them to our edit suite just before Christmas to watch locked edits. Tears were shed of joy. I hasten to add, now we're signing off the manuscripts now, each is bold and different and joyous as the specials themselves, fresh new takes on familiar stories, which is what Target is all about. The new novelisations will cost $9.99 each in payback and are scheduled for publication on the 11th of January 2024. Next up is the letter from the showrunner, who is Rusty Davies. And this reads, during the final shoot for the new series, Rusty Davies sees a familiar face. Closing down season's end, the final hour, it's been a mad old shoot, busy and nuts and hilarious and wonderful. But now it's time to pause. The lights go out over all 6 studios. Chuk chuk chuk. That great big noise that stage lights make on film when they're turned off. Do they really make that noise? I always ask for it on TV. I sit in the final mix, and if a light goes out, I say, make it go chunk. It's a bedside lamp. Chunk. Lights are still burning on just one set, the TARDIS, and there's shooting Millie acting her hearts out. It's not the last scene of the episode. I don't think I've ever shot a last scene last or the first scene first. This one's a middle bit of the finale, but exciting. Everything is at stake. Enemies are being fought. Fight, Doctor, Ruby, fight. I stand at the back of the studio. Millie catches my eye. We wave across the distance, but I don't step in. They're busy, clock ticking, but around me people are drawing in, crew, office, staff, actors. It's been a week of goodbye. Jasmine and Finney wrapped a few days ago. Big hugs. See you soon, but it all comes down to this, the last scene. It's kind of a tradition to go on set for the closing moments. Not a cast-on tradition, because sometimes last things in a field at 2 AM, but if you can, it's nice to come and acknowledge the moment. Plus there's a party tonight, that helps. There's dozens and dozens of people standing in the shadows off set, but bathed in the glow of the monitors. One more take, Jamie the director tells Shooty to slide to the floor even. A little slower, or maybe faster. I'm too far away to hear. And there's, to my right, Bonnie Langford, the Doctor's faithful companion now, come to say goodbye. Did I say there's a party, a hug? Some days call a boy, some days call a Benita. So I say, hello Bonsai. Oh, I'm Bonsai, am I? Yes, like a tiny beautiful shrub. Then we hush and watch the action. One more take, okay? And I look at Bonnie. and I think how funny is this is to be standing here with her. I consider the whole thing life, careers, choices and whispers. I tell her a story I've never told before. Many years ago I was cast as a play school presenter. It didn't last to record one episode. Fact found me that I was on the wrong side of the cameras and walked out of the television set saying no thanks. Back on the doll, Roger Cocky, 1 Year Young, but when I recorded my 1 Year Young episode, we rehearsed in the old North Acton rehearsal rooms, famous to a Doctor Who fan as the site of the rehearsals for our favourite show. I thought I won, so play school had a lunch break and I went to the canteen and sat down with my food, and there they were, Doctor Who. I was in the same room as Doctor Who. Oh my god, I could see them over there, Sylvester McCoy and Bonnie Langford, all smiles and energy, and a lot of young actors, all laughing and hooting and chatting. A bright bunch of fun, even from a distance. I could tell that's fun over there. I didn't know that this was a rehearsal for Terrorised Towers and the young actors were red and blue Kangs. I only thought that's Doctor Who. That's actually real, genuine Doctor Who being made over there, and I'm over here. I'm in the wrong place. Oh, how I wish we, all my heart I could be on that side of the canteen. Then I went back to work on my one and only episodes, and I took that moments away as a memory. A once in a lifetime thing. But here I am with Bonnie on the TARDIS, and that's right. Whoop, clap, cheers, hugs, hooray. Lots of noise and full constant makes every stitch. Really, I'm smiling. For 36 years. It took me 36 years to be on the set with Bonnie Langford as Mal, make a brand new Doctor Who. Go on, make a wish. The next announcement to do with the 60th, kind of, or Series 14. Because, I think it should include, because they have little things to do with the 60th, is to do with the production diary, which is written by Scott Hancock. Monday the 3rd of July. Production is always adapting and reacting to changes. Even midway through filming, today Geraint Harvard-Jones, who's the first assistant director on Block 5, issues a blue shooting schedule, updating the running order for the last 2 weeks. Tuesday the 4th of July, in the Bad Wolf meeting room, Russell and the script team meet with a writer for the next season who spent 7 hours travelling to Cardiff and discuss a first draft script. Meanwhile, on stage 3, shooting Millie film a sequence that won't technically feature in either of the Block 5-ish episodes, and an amended yellow schedule is issued. Wednesday the 5th of July, another writer meeting this morning, this time via Zoom, as one of our writers currently on the other side of the planet. Friday the 7th of July, writer meetings continue as we catch up with another developing storyline. Sunday the 9th of July, a rare weekend shoot, this time hidden away at Wolf Studios aboard the TARDIS. Monday the 10th of July, our final week of filming kicks off with one last day on location, this time at a coffee shop in Barry before returning to Wolf Studios for a midnight wrap. In the production offices, the script team gather for a meeting for the next season, a second draft script for our first block of filming, followed by the first executive producer viewing of the season's Block 4 episode from Shooty's first season. We'll also receive Draft 1 of our first Block 2 episode for next season, Series 15, due for release in 2025. Tuesday the 11th of July, the team met with Albert, an environmental organisation that works with the TV and film industry to help productions reduce their waste and carbon footprint. On that, the behind-the-scenes team conducted a tour of the studio with Bonnie Langford. Wednesday the 12th of July, a pink TARDIS materialises near Tower Bridge in London, coincided with the Barbie premiere that evening. Friday the 14th of July is the final day of filming on Shooty's first season, but things aren't slowing down because work continues apace on his next one, including an afternoon Zoom with a writer temporarily out of this country, concluding with a crew photo outside stage 6 on wrap, and then a short break in production follows for some but not for everyone. Script speed is still coming in. Crew are getting booked and meetings to fill in the diaries. 3 weeks till formal prep begins on the next season. Yes, so the last bit of news from issue 594 is it's not everything as I said in the last episode, but it's the 60th anniversary polls, and in this issue it's the 12th and 13th Doctors. So the 12th Doctor, I'm going to do it like I did for the 10th and 11th in the last episode and go from what is the least favourite episode and the favourite episode. I was going to say best and worst. So we've got In the Forest of the Night, Kill the Moon, Sleep No More, The Woman Who Lived, The Caretaker, The Eaters of Light, Robot of Sherwood, The Lie of the Land, The Girl Who Died, The Return of Dr. Mysterio, Into the Dalek, Empress of Mars, Knock Knock, The Pyramid at the End of the World, Smile, Time Heist, Last Christmas, Hellbent, Deep Breath, Thin Ice, Twice Upon a Time, The Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar, Dark Water, and Death in Heaven, Listen, Face the Raven, Extremist, The Husbands of Every Song, Under the Lake and Before the Flood, The Zygon Invasion, The Pilot, Oxygen, Flatline, Mummy on the Orient Express, Heaven Sent, and the favourite 12th Doctor story is War Enough Time and Doctor Falls. Now on to the 13th Doctor. Same. So we've got Orphan 55 is last, and we've got the Battle of Ranskoor of Kolos, Legend of the Sea Devils, the Saranja Conundrum, Arachnids in the UK, Praxeus, the Ghost Monument, Can You Hear Me, Essential of the Time Men and the Times Children, Kablam, the Revolution of the Daleks That Takes You Away, Flux, which is all of Series 13, The Witchfinders, Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, Resolution, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, Eve of the Daleks, Spyfall, Demons of the Punjab, Rosa, Future of the Judoon, The Haunting of the Diodati, and the favourite 13th Doctor story is The Power of the Doctor. So yes, that's it for issue 594. Coming up next, I will be starting my announcements, or the announcements for the 60th from issue 595. So yeah, as I just said, we're going to be talking about Doctor Who magazine issue 595, which features Bonnie Langford on the cover, who will be reprising her role as Melanie Bush in series 14 of Modern Doctor Who. And we're starting off with something to do with Yasmin Finney's character, so let's find out what that's got to do with the name of the Rose. To celebrate the birthday of Yasmin Finney on the 30th of August, the official Doctor Who social media channels confirm that her character's full name in the series is Rose Noble. Rose is the daughter of Donna Noble, played by Catherine Tate, and Sean Temple, played by Carl Collins. We last saw Donna in The End of Time, which was broadcast on Christmas Day 2009 and New Year's Day 2010. The Doctor had to wipe her memory. So the question is, what happens when Rose meets one of her mum's oldest friends? It is a mystery for now, but what we do know is that just like her mother, Rose stumbles across something alien, and from that point, her seemingly ordinary family is never quite the same. Rose Noble will debut in The Star Beast in November, the first of 3 Doctor Who specials starring David Tennant as the 40th Doctor. The next bit of news is the letter from the showrunner, and the showrunner is Russell T Davies. And this is more centred around the specials, because I think the other two have been more concentrated at Series 14. So we'll see what that's got to say. At last, Russell T Davies gets to sit down and watch the finished version of the first of this year's Doctor Who specials, which we know is The Star Beast. Finally, the first week of August, I get a complete episode of Doctor Who. Yes, it takes this long. God, I'm tired of reading articles that say special effects. These days are cheap and fast. They're expensive and endless, but here it is, the final version of The Star Beast, which you will see. Faithful viewer, complete with all special effects, music, credits, and it's my job to ultimately sound this off for transmission. So I sit and watch it for what's probably 50th time, and I sit and watch it as a producer. But that's what it's like to sit and watch it as a fan. Opening shot, oh my god, that's London, too much London, I like Sheffield, Sheffield snob. Is this stock footage? How much does stock footage cost? Are you telling me the very first shot of New Doctor is from stock? Is that why it's wait, hold on. In the meta text, this is the shot that Russell RTD told us about in his letter from showrunner, The Worm is Eating the Tail. Music, listen. Music, Murray Gold. Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Is it any good? Is it, oh my god, the TARDIS, the Jodie exterior. She's not been erased, and yet by not erased yet, are we erasing the island that she's been erased over to that erasures and the music change? It's going to be this, but now it's changed that. I had no warning. What's that wind? Is that TARDIS wind on David's hair? Remember David's hair from 50th? I love the 50th. How could this ever live up? When will we see the TARDIS interior? Wait, is the music? What is the music doing now even? I don't like it. Is that a Dudley Simpson motif? Or wait, this is Camden. There's also online because fans stood in that spot and took photos in the airport. I've seen all others slightly but crucially different articles. I wish I'd been there. I will go next year. Going back to Doctor Who experience, but it's still very rude to people Sheffield. I will post about this and get reactions to the Snubgate. I wonder if all these extras have to sign an NDA. How do I become... NDA stands for non-disclosure agreement, by the way. How do I become an extra? Wait, the music just went up. Ah, is that Donna's theme? Is it... Are these the exact same calls that played at 43:17? So that's 43 minutes and 17 seconds internet left, which is Series 4, Episode 11. I think so, I doubt myself. I know nothing. Sip of tea. Will this soundtrack be released? Or why can't they not release the novelisation tonight? Is it any good on Millie 7/10? I hope for Sean's backstory. Will anyone ever go the extra mile, please? Oh, the Doctor's coat. I like it. I don't like it. Will there be an interview about this coat? Oh, there's Catherine Tate. That thing was prestiging her. Wait, is this the scene? Was Ruth... where did I get up to? Prestiging her. Wait, is this the scene that was reconstructed online for fan footage, except I think certain lines have been cut? Will we ever see the missing lines? Will Doctor Who magazine print them? Why not? Censorship. Was it for this the Clay glue tool? Will the socials republish all deleted material on the DVD? If not, why not? Release a snap. I wonder if Doctor and Peter and Matt and Chris are watching, who are the 13th, 12th, 11th and 9th Doctors respectively. But why? Camden, why? Is it improbable the villain turn out to be Camilla from State of Decay, who is hiding in her den? Do you see Camden? Get it? Is this 4K? What is 4K? Will they upscale this to 5K and ruin it? Kafif. Will this track be called on the soundtrack of Camden Greeting? When will they release the Season 10 soundtrack? And more importantly, what are the backstage secrets, possibly murders that have kept Season 10 from us? Why, Murray, why? Oh god, I wonder how many people are watching Not Enough Do Not Die Doctor Who. It's time you died. Did they get paid extra for night shoot? Wait, Doctor remembers the if Donna remembers the Doctor, she will die. Sends text. Didn't she remember him the end of time? Receives text. No, she remembered aliens, not the Doctor. Nitpick. Oh my god, but wait, look, view. We are faithful viewer, 30 seconds in. Good luck, Doctor Who magazine. Several Steve Davis gave us a preview of the first 30 seconds of the Starbase, which we'll be seeing in a couple of weeks. And hopefully by the time you're seeing this, the release dates for Doctor Who, the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials have been announced. It's about, I think it's over 2 weeks now, that I'm recording in advance, so I don't know. Next up is the production diary from Sean? No, talk about Sean Collins. No, I moved the name there. Sean Temp. Anyway, Scott Hancock's production diary. Here we go. As work on one season of Doctor Who wraps, it's business as usual at Wolf Studios as work continues on the series to follow. Script editor Scott Hancock fills us in on the details. Monday the 17th of July. Although filming only concluded for Shooty's first season last week, the production team returned to Wolf Studios for online reviews of specials 1 and 3, budget meetings for next season, special effects, visual effects even, reviews sessions, and we welcome one of our incoming co-producers, Jess Gardner, who starts today, Thursday the 20th of July. Drafts of brand new scripts are coming thick and fast, and today we received a second draft of a script for Block 2. Though the shooting sequence may change in the coming months, some episodes brought forward and others nudged back to take advantage of factors such as location availability, studio space, and more. Monday the 24th of July, Alison Sterling joins the team as one of our producers for Block 1 of the forthcoming season. Friday the 28th of July, casting director Andy Pryor meets with producers Chris May and Alison to discuss the latest thoughts for Block 1. Meanwhile, script editor David Troing receives a second draft of the script currently allocated to Block 4. Tuesday the 1st of August, spread across various international locations, the executive producer group meet with producer Victor Darlow, director Jamie Donoghue, and editor Ben Jury to view the initial cut of their first Block 5 episode for the first season, Series 14. Wednesday the 2nd of August, Angela Phillips joins the production office as the second season's line producer. While the producer group convened for a day of Block 1 director meetings. Friday the 4th of August, 1 week on from delivery, Rusty Davis and David Troing meet with our Block 4 writer at the Bad Wolf offices in London to discuss the latest draft. Monday the 7th of August, following last week's first cut review, the visual effects team lead a special no, they don't. They lead a VFX, visual effects spots for the episode, sitting through scene by scene and marking up which shots require effects, so costings and any subsequent edits can be made before the episode is locked. Our second new co-producer for the next second season, Sharon King, also begins today, Thursday the 10th of August. The locations team travel outside of Cardiff, accompanied by producer Alison Sterling and supervising art director Robin Haber, to inspect a very specific form of transport. Monday the 14th of August, while the last 4 episodes have been kept the Doctor Who team busy with post-production on specials, edits and reviews of the first season and early drafted script for future episodes, there's a first official day of prep for Block 1 of the following season. We also received a first draft script for our second Block 2 episode, The Journey Continued. And breathe. Yes, yeah. And the last bit of 60th anniversary adjacent type news is from Doctor Who magazine issue 595, is an interview with Emily Cook, who's basically solely responsible for us getting the 60th anniversary specials we explained in this interview titled The Butterfly Effect. It was during my meeting with Doctor Who's Supremo and showrunner that Rusty Davies suggested doing a piece on Doctor Who's star roving reporter Emily Cook, stated firmly that without her, the forthcoming specials would not have happened, or at very least would have been completely different. Having just eased myself into the Doctor Who magazine hot seat, I was naturally reluctant to say no to anything Russell suggested, but to tell the truth, there was no hesitation on my part. What a great idea for a story that was so close to the heart of this magazine. There was just one small problem. Emily is modest to a fault and would sooner hurl her own trumpet at my head than blow into it. I soon eased through reservations by telling her that if she refused permission to do this piece, Russell would sit on her head and tear her limb from limb. A liberty on my part, I confess, but it worked, and Emily was released to speak to me, and it came to pass that on one Friday afternoon, we sat down and reminisced about how a simple Doctor Who lockdown tweet along planted the seeds for a brand new era of Doctor Who. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. For this story to make sense, we have to go back to the beginning. After catching up on how we've been since we last saw each other, I asked Emily where she first became a Doctor Who fan. When Doctor Who came back in 2005, I was only vaguely aware of the show. My parents had watched it and they were big Tom Baker, who is the fourth Doctor, fans. I watched The Ark in Space, which was broadcast in 1975, on DVD, and it terrified me. To me, back then, Doctor Who was just this scary old show that my parents used to watch. The idea of it coming back didn't fill me with much excitement, but me and my sister were gently forced to watch Doctor Who together as a family on the 26th of March 2005. I remember feeling annoyed as we weren't going to be watching Ant and Dec Saturday Night Takeaway. Even so, I reluctantly sat down to watch Rose and it blew my socks off. I was hooked and inspired from the beginning. I'm so glad my parents made me watch it, because that was the moment I fell in love with Doctor Who. I was a fan from then on, and I've never grown out of it. I then recall the first time I met Emily in the Panini offices back when I was working on Doctor Who Adventures. What led to involvement with Doctor Who magazine in the first place? I was studying English language and linguistics at university, doing a module on language and media, which included a project on magazine writing and journalism. Part of our coursework was to put together a magazine portfolio on every subject. I of course did Doctor Who, inspired by Doctor Who magazine. I managed to arrange an interview with Louise Jameson, who is a full Doctor companion, plays Leela. By this point, I was totally getting the bug from the magazine work. I'd always first time I started, maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll do something different, something like journal. Oh, I missed it with line. There we go. Let's just try that since again. So as you make it, I'd always planned on becoming a primary school teacher, but for the first time in my life, I started thinking, maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll do something different, something like journalism. I want to explore that as an option, see if I'm any good at it. One of our other coursework tasks was to write a pitch for a magazine editor. It was all hypothetical. Everything I was supposed to send off, but I sent it to Doctor Who magazine editor Tom Silsbury. At the same time, I made contact with Doctor Who magazine through John Ainsworth, big Finnish producer, writer, and long-time contributor of Doctor Who magazine. It was very serendipitous. There we are. Thing. I run a charity called Kushi Feet, which supports the education of street children in Colchester. Easier words to say would be helpful. Doctor Who magazine, and we were hosting this massive event, attempting to break the world record for the largest Bollywood dance. I recruited a wonderful Bollywood performer called Ash Mahindra to lead the dance. I remember chatting, he mentioned that his partner John Ainsworth sometimes works Doctor Who magazine. I thought, that's incredible. What a chance! I mentioned that I would love to do some work experience. John helped me by putting in a good work with Tom, and they offered me a work experience placement, which was just before I started my masters in linguistics. I went along to Tunbridge Wells for a couple of weeks. Louise James had kindly put me up because we've been kept in touch since I interviewed her. She was so supportive. She says I adore her. Anyway, I did the work experience and had the best time. Yes, and that's actually where I'm going to end. So yeah, in the next episode, I'm going to pick up the interview with Emily Cook from Doctor Who magazine issue 595. So stay tuned. But that is it for the Everything Podcast, season 2, episode 97. Goodbye.